What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are going to be checking out how deadly the Shadow Ninetales with the new move of Weather Ball can be. With the recent update in Go Battle League, Ninetales, both Alolan form and Kanto form, have access to Weather Ball with their respective typings, Fire and Ice. So today we're going to be seeing a Shadow Ninetales in play at Legend rank, 3,000 plus rating. We're going to see how well it performs. They're also running Cresselia with Grass Knot, which is Legacy, and an Azumarill. So it'll be nice to see if Azumarill still has play in the Great League, which, hint, hint, it still does. It's still amazing. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Shadow Ninetales. What other Pokemon have you guys been using with the recent update to Go Battle League? And shout out to Pung Kyurujin PvP. Thank you for sharing these battles with us. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. Battle here. We have Ninetales on the lead versus Stunfisk. Okay, this is going to be interesting to see. We'll have to see how much damage Fire Spin and Weather Ball can do. Obviously, being a fire typing, it's going to take super effective damage from Rock Slide. Charge move now coming through. This is going to be that Rock Slide. It was a bit quick for Earthquake, so he is going to shield right here. Let's see how much damage Weather Ball can do right here. Fire Spin alone is getting to 50% health. I imagine a Weather Ball will one-shot. We'll have to see though. Weather Ball now coming through. We'll probably see a shield on the Galarian Stunfisk, which we do, and they're going for the back-to-back right here. This should be getting the second shield or get the Stunfisk extremely low. It does get the second shield. They're going to go ahead and swap into Cresselia right now, and we are going to see a Tropius now come in. Tropius with Air Slash as well. But what's great here with Cresselia having Moonblast to do neutral damage to the Tropius, plus he still has shield advantage as well. Still has a Azumarill in the back, keeping it away from the Tropius, which is really, really nice. I wonder if there's going to be a Mew potentially on the team as well. We'll have to see what the safe swap was, but I imagine this was the anchor of the team being that Tropius. So Cresselia should be able to win this matchup pretty easily. They might actually not give up any shields and look to come in and farm with the Ninetales, but another Leaf Blade now coming through. Going to go ahead and go for Moonblast right here. This isn't going to be enough to KO, but we saw it does quite a bit of neutral damage and hopefully maybe even lower the attack. No attack fall right there. But the Tropius should be able to take this one. Oh, he's going to be able to get the Moonblast in time. Tropius was looking to over-farm, probably get to 2 Leaf Blades potentially, but this Moonblast is going to be flipping that matchup, and we'll likely see the Galarian Stunfisk come back in. No, it's going to be a Pelipper right here. Can he get to the Grass Knot? He can get to the Grass Knot on time. This is crucial versus Pelipper. With the Water Flying typing, it's going to do neutral damage and a lot at that. That is huge right here. So Azumarill can safely come in, still has shield advantage. The Galarian Stunfisk does have loaded energy as well, so has to watch out for that. All he needs to do is land one Ice Beam to win this matchup. Charge move now coming through. Going to be the Hurricane, shields that as well. So this is definitely going to have to rely on Azumarill to close out this game. Going to go for Play Rough right here to finish off the Pelipper, and the Galarian Stunfisk should go down relatively easy with basically Bubbles and one Ice Beam. Yeah, Bubbles and one Ice Beam should be able to do it right here. I do want to see a Weather Ball land, though. I imagine it's going to do a lot of damage, especially from a Shadow Ninetales. And we do see a swap. No swap. It's just going to go for the Ice Beam right here, and that's going to be taking out the Galarian Stunfisk. If not, a Bubble should be able to take it out. And that's going to be a good first battle. So, Shadow Ninetales, definitely handling Galarian Stunfisk there on the lead pretty well. Alright, so we have Ninetales versus Tropius on the lead. Definitely a very nice matchup, and we see a swap into a Mew. Okay, let's see how much damage. I just want to see this Weather Ball land. That's all I want to see right here, and that's tough with Ninetales being led in these matches because we'll likely see shields because Weather Ball is such a good charge move. So let's see if the Ninetales can land this right here. If it lands, it's going to do a lot of neutral damage to the Mew. They can't really come in to anything against this Mew because of Azumarill and the Cresselia being weak to Mew, basically, because its charge move probably has Wild Charge and that Shadow Claw as well. So it's going to be another Surf, which is unfortunate, but hopefully, wow, Fire Spin alone is doing a lot of damage, able to get to another Weather Ball right here. One more fast move away from 2 Weather Balls, basically. Can this land? It does land, so able to maintain switch advantage. We are going to see the Galarian Stunfisk come in. We're going to see Azumarill swap out right away. So at a shield deficit right here, but forcing the hand of Tropius to come back in because this Azumarill does have Ice Beam. Charge move now coming through. Going to be that Earthquake. Does a lot of neutral damage in the matchup. And we do see the Tropius come back in, which is great here. The Ice Beam should do a lot of damage or get the final shield. Either way, the Ninetales can probably come in and farm down. It lands right there for a lot of damage. That is why you have to respect Ice Beams from Azumarill and not able to get to the next one. This Leaf Blade should be enough damage to take it out. And Tropius is a bit overloaded on energy as well, so we'll have to watch out for the Aerial Ace against the Ninetales. Alright, so we'll probably see Ninetales come back in. Ninetales is going to come back in, look to farm down, throws the Weather Ball just before it gets to the Aerial Ace right here. This may get the final shield, but we'll have to see if they decide to save it for the Stunfisk. They are going to save it for Stunfisk, so the Ninetales looking to get to another Weather Ball. This is probably going to be getting the final shield, and it's going to be up to Cresselia to close this match out right here. And thankfully I have Grass Knot to do neutral damage, so they're going to go ahead and swap out on the charge move. Probably going to be Rock Slide, seeing as they wouldn't waste the Earthquake energy to finish off the Ninetales. So yeah, definitely a Rock Slide right there, and all he needs to do is get to 2 Grass Knots in order to win this game. But Stunfisk is still a huge threat right here, especially with energy. I think 1 more Earthquake, or 2 more Earthquakes should be enough to take it out. There is 1 right there. That does a lot of damage, and yeah, it's going to need 1 more Earthquake to win this matchup. But the Ninetales is still in the back. That's what's very important about swapping now into this Cresselia, is saving the Ninetales to finish off with fast moves and maybe even get to a Weather Ball here if this second Earthquake lands, because this might just be a Rock Slide. We'll have to see. It is a Rock Slide right there. That's not going to be enough to take out Cresselia, and Cresselia is going to be able to take this game with the Grass Knot right here. So good game, very well played, but man, Ninetales on the lead at the Legend rank, catching a lot of Pokemon that are weak to fire, that being Tropius, Galarian, Stunfisk. We'll have to see what this next lead is. It's going to be Ninetales on the lead versus another Stunfisk. So you guys are seeing what Legends are running right here, and that's Stunfisk and Tropius. Alright, so Ninetales going to be able to get to Weather Ball right here. We saw this from before, but we really want to see a Weather Ball land. I want to know how much damage this does. And, oh wow, okay, it lands right there. That did like 50% of its health. So with just a couple Fire Spins and 1 Weather Ball, it took out almost all of the health of the Galarian Stunfisk, and I think it can actually farm down. No, it cannot farm down. It's going to have to double shield right here. So fully investing in this Ninetales because they did not get a shield from the opponents and they need to farm down. They have loaded energy right now. We'll have to see what the next Pokemon coming in is going to be. It's going to be the Azumarill, so they're going to go ahead and go into the Azumarill mirror right now. And the opponent's not swapping out, which means whatever's in the back. Oh, now here comes the swap. It's going to be the Skarmory right here, which is great having Azumarill with Ice Beam, is these Ice Beams will definitely chip away, and you want to be getting shields with low energy charge moves. So it does land 1 Ice Beam. Going to be able to get to another one in time before Skarmory gets to, oh, it's going to overload a bit, threatening with Hydro Pump. This is very important, everyone. Building up to the 7 bubbles, or in this case went to 8, to threaten with a potential Hydro Pump, and they don't shield. They let that one go as well. They're guessing their win con is with Azumarill, so they're probably going to throw a Brave Bird right here. We'll have to see. No, it's going to be a Sky Attack. Definitely not going to be enough damage to take it out. Going to overload a bit on energy. Again, another Sky Attack coming through. I think Azumarill can actually survive right here. We'll have to see. It can survive. Are they going to throw the Ice Beam? Yeah, they are going to be able to throw the Ice Beam right here. This should be taking out the Skarmory or getting a shield, both of which will be really nice because Cresselia, it does take out the Azumarill. Cresselia can come in right now and look to win this game. Azumarill right now has loaded energy. We'll have to see. It's going to be Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, or Play Rough. It's going to be Hydro Pumps right here. Still does a lot of damage, but Cresselia can spam these Grass Knots, and there is still a Ninetales in the back. And with Psyshock, I would really love to see it with Solar Beam to beam the Azumarill right here. But Grass Knot does super effective damage because of that water typing there on Azumarill. So we're going to be able to get to another one in time. Can actually survive a Hydro Pump as well. So this is definitely going to be very, very dangerous. It's going to be up to the Azumarill right here to start shielding and look to over farm a bit. Charge Move now coming through. If it's Ice Beam, it's not going to be enough to KO. I don't even think Play Rough would be enough to KO. It's going to be another Hydro Pump. Barely not enough right there. And Cresselia is going to go down. So it is now going to be up to Ninetales with loaded energy and a sack swap potential here on Azumarill to finish off right here. So we'll have to see how much damage Psyshock does right here. Charge Move now coming through. We'll likely see a shield. They obviously don't want to get hit with a Solar Beam. That would one-shot. So they do get a shield, and now they're going to have to sack swap. They're counting the moves, and they sack swap perfectly on the Charge Move right here. This is probably going to be an Ice Beam. It is going to be an Ice Beam, so able to soak that right there. Going to be able to get to a Psyshock in time. This is going to do a lot of neutral damage in the matchup, and Ninetales will probably take this one right here. Yeah, that does a lot. One more Fire Spin, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. So great sack swap there. And we have another battle right here. So we have Ninetales on the lead versus Vigoroth. Definitely a spammy matchup. Weather Ball versus Body Slam spam, both of which will be doing massive neutral damage to each other. So we'll have to see how much damage and who's going to be shielding. The Body Slam doesn't land on the Ninetales, but the Weather Ball does. And we see a swap now into Cresselia and Azumarill, hoping to catch that Body Slam on the Azumarill, but the opponent decided to save that energy, which is definitely deadly for endgame. Grass Knot now coming through, does a lot of super effective damage, as we know. It's going to have to go for Play Roughs right here to do some more neutral damage in this matchup. When it comes to Ice Beam and Play Rough, charge moves versus a Cresselia, both will do neutral. The Play Rough will do a bit more because of that same type attack bonus being a Water Fairy typing right here. Another Grass Knot coming through. They're going to go ahead and let it go. They're going to risk it for that Biscuit and try to get to the Play Rough in time before they go down to Psycho Cut fast moves, which they can. This is definitely going to put a lot of pressure on a shield here from Cresselia, but they let it go. Cresselia able to survive and may be able to farm down right here, which is deadly. They're going to go ahead and swap into their own Cresselia and catch the charge move right here. Could be another Grass Knot, which still does a decent amount of neutral damage. No, it's going to be a Moon Blast. That is unfortunate. That still does a lot, but no debuff as well, which is really nice. Another charge move. This Cresselia is absolutely loaded on energy. Again, there's still Vigoroth in the back, and we don't know what the third Pokemon is going to be, but they're saving the Azumarill for a sack swap. They're going to go ahead and overload and get to a double Grass Knot right here. This first one should be taking out the Cresselia. We'll have to see what decides to come in. There may be a Azumarill in the back. No, it's going to be a Bastiodon. That is unfortunate. Bastiodon is a huge wall to both Cresselia and the Kanto Ninetales right here because of that steel typing. It's going to take neutral damage from the Grass Knots right here, and Bastiodon can basically smack down the Ninetales as well, and there's still Vigoroth. So this is not looking like a winnable matchup right here. No matter what Cresselia can do, all these Grass Knots are not going to be enough. They're going to go ahead and let the Stone Edge come through and try to rely on the Kanto Ninetales right here to see how much damage it does, but I imagine it's going to go down. Yeah, look at how much damage that Smackdown is doing. That is basically game over right here. Weather Ball now coming through. Probably gets a shield here from the Bastiodon. We'll have to see because the Smackdown damage is just so oppressive. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and shield, and they're going to go ahead and surrender and get right into the next battle here. Don't blame them. Bastiodon was a good pick right there for the backline. But they have Ninetales versus the Galvantula, and we see a Stunfisk come in. So we know this Ninetales is going to do really well against this team already, being able to handle 2 of the 3 so far. And they're going to go ahead and build up 2 back-to-back Weather Balls. We saw it did about 50% before of Stunfisk HP, so if this lands, this is going to be absolutely devastating. They're going to have to save the Ninetales for the Galvantula, so they're going to go ahead and swap into Azumarill now on the charge move as well. Probably going to be a Rock Slide, which it is. That's a great catch there on Azumarill, and could commit to the potential farm down right here. They're definitely going to have to overload on energy so they can hit a charge move against the Galvantula, probably coming back in. It's going to be an Earthquake right here, most likely. Yeah, it does land, does quite a bit of neutral damage, and we may see a swap out, but they're going to have to throw the Ice Beam before another Rock Slide can come through. This should be taking out the Stunfisk, and they're only 1 bubble away, I believe, from another Ice Beam against the Galvantula right here. That's probably going to come in and commit to that hard farm. Let's see what decides to come in. The Galvantula does decide to come in, so they're 1 bubble away. They're going to go ahead and go for the Ice Beam right here. It's going to do a lot of neutral damage, but we probably won't see a shield here on Galvantula. Yeah, no shield right there. Remember, the Ninetales does have loaded energy, but Galvantula has loaded energy as well. They're going to go ahead and go straight for Weather Ball. Charge move now coming through. Probably has to shield right here. We'll have to see what they decide to do. Yeah, he's going to go ahead and decide to shield that Discharge. It would have done a lot of neutral damage. Weather Ball coming through. This may not get a shield. They may let the Galvantula go down, which they do. Very smart play right there, and the Azumarill now coming in. So what they were hoping to do was farm down by not hitting any bubbles. We saw that the Weather Ball actually did a lot less damage than it initially would if you went for Excellent, and that's because they wanted to hard farm down. But with Cresselia versus Azumarill here, things are looking pretty good. They're going to be able to spam these Grass Knotts for super effective damage, but Azumarill does have 1 shield, so it's definitely going to be a very, very close match right here. And if Galvantula can actually come in and farm down the Cresselia, we may see the Ninetales go down to CMP tie with a Discharge, so we'll have to see. Grass Knot comes through, gets the final shield. They only need to get to 1 more Grass Knot. This Azumarill didn't have Hydro Pump before. I believe it was a Play Rough they threw the first time, so this means it won't be enough to KO. It is going to be another Play Rough. That's definitely not enough to KO. Ninetales Switch Clock is back up, so all they have to do is swap in once they take down the Azumarill right here with Grass Knot. They are going to go ahead and swap in, and we are going to see the Galvantula go down to 1 fast move, and the Ninetales should be able to get to a Weather Ball in time, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. played. So Ninetales tearing apart a lot of cores here with Tropius and Galarian Stunfisk, Galvantula, Galarian Stunfisk. You guys are seeing an absolute clinic being put on here at the Legend rank with Kanto Ninetales, and I believe that was the final battle right there. Yeah, really good set right there. 4-1 set overall, pretty strong. Obviously, we saw Azumarill in play, and with a recent nerf to Bubble, I don't think Azumarill's really missing a step. It's just a very slight nerf and able to climb up to 3,088 rating. So huge congratulations, Piru. Punkirujin, thank you for sharing these battles with us. Really great set here, really great showcase of Kanto Ninetales, and why it's pretty strong right now, tearing apart a lot of cores, because Galarian Stunfisk is still a top tier pick in the Great League. So hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this Kanto Shadow Ninetales with the new Weather Ball, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.